What I couldn't understand at the time was how she even knew.
What do you mean?
Well, this was the first time I saw her since the accident, and my first thought was if she would even remember who I was.
Why would you say that?
Well, she was in a coma for about a few weeks to a month. The doctors wasn't even sure she would wake.
And you said you saw the accident when it happened, or you heard it from afar?
Yes, priest, I saw the whole thing.
That would have to be a memory. I'm sure that would be very hard to get rid of. How are you nowadays?
Oh, well, since it happened a long time ago, I guess I'm okay since I haven't suffered from any PTSD or anything. I guess I just don't have much time to think about it. I mean, I'm extremely busy with keeping up with my children, writing, speaking, and just trying to spend enough time with my family.
Very nice. How did her parents take it?
Her parents?
Amanda.
Oh, yeah, well, they didn't want to speak to me after I decided not to side with their lawyer in making the case against the driver.
I see. A lawsuit?
Yeah, I never met her family. I spoke to her sibling and father on the phone for about 5 minutes each. They were telling me about the lawsuit they were going to pursue, and after I told both of the lawyers...
Both?
Yeah, both. I forgot to tell you, they tag teamed me at my job one day.
Pretty determined, it seems.
Yeah, well, they were as determined as the people they worked for. So long story short, they had asked me a few questions. I told them what I saw, and afterwards they wanted to tell me what I saw. And after I noticed that their story neither matched mine or the truth, I figured I would tell her family I couldn't participate. Yeah, after that her hospital room changed, and the only information I got was from colleagues of ours. That wasn't even the kicker. The kicker was that everyone assumed I made her come to the job on her day off in order to pay me money I lent her.
Doesn't sound like you.
No, she actually came by the day as a surprise because she had been around. No, nothing like being accused of a thing that ended up very bad while you and the one who it happened to were the only witnesses. You see, if she had unfortunately passed away, I would have been the only one who would have known the truth.
The price we pay living a noble life.
Yeah, well, you know, there's an indescribable feeling you get watching someone get hurled by an automobile that could shatter your foot just by rolling over it.
How did you find her in the hospital?
Oh, it's funny. Just when you think the truth would die with you, someone spoke to Amanda when she woke and asked her about that night, and she told them. In that story, she shared the fact that I had no part in persuading her to see me about any money she owed me, and eventually that too encircled the people we knew. Someone who knew found out what hospital the family kept her, and they gave me the address. You see, at the meeting, the day I did visit her, well, it's interesting because she described the dream she had with me in it. And in that dream, she said she saw me with a young woman. Now, the description of the young woman matched perfectly my then friend, who is my now wife.
Had you ever spoken?
Not once. She and I never knew each other long enough to know who our friends or family were.
Interesting.
Yeah. She knew my wife and I would be together years before I did.
Maybe you should write a book other than the book of poems that you've currently written. In the midst of chaos, you were given prediction about the possibility of a future relationship, while God tested your will to stick to what's right, even at a time seemingly inconvenient. Had you decided to enter the courts on the premise of a lie, it could have possibly changed your life forever.
Yeah, man.
Who knows? You could have even missed your chance with destiny.
Why do you say that?
Because, Lance, my friend, if you follow a path that is foreign to the truth, eventually the truth will become foreign to you.
That's deep. Maybe I'll write that book.
What will you call it?
Maybe, I don't know. I'll probably call it The Priest.